Sourdough Sam.
No, Sourdeath Sam.
Sourdeath Sam.
Sourdough Sam.
Sourdeath Sam.
Disrespect to Sourdeath Sam will not continue.
What's up, everybody? What the fuck is going on, man? What's going on? This is Sourdeath Sam. It's good to be back. It's good to see all you guys.
Yes, sir.
Happy to be here. Thanks. Those are my kids. They're sitting in for the show today. Welcome, everybody. This is the holiday special. As you can see, I'm wearing my special holiday attire, and we've got a very special guest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got Grant Cohn in the house. That's right. Friend of the show. We're happy to have him. Well, first things first, we just shit on the Cardinals, put up 45 points on them, and it's starting to feel... I always hesitate when I have this feeling with the 49ers because I've been burned by it so often. But it's starting to feel like we're a really powerful team. Like, here's the thing. I'm so jaded by years where I thought it was our year and it just wasn't. And, you know, it's not Cowboys level, but it's bad enough where I have trust issues, right? And it's not this current team's fault at all. They're doing everything right. I mean, you know, obviously the 3 games back to back wasn't pretty, but boy, have they had some statement games since. And speaking of statement game, maybe the biggest game of the year, not just for the 49ers, but in all of the NFL, is coming up on Christmas Day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Big game. And part of me is a little nervous that it's on Christmas because I don't want it to spoil my Christmas. But on the other hand, it's like, you know, if the 49ers don't win, it's still Christmas, you know? Look outside, the lights are twinkling. Try on your new pair of socks. Just vibe out, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Feeling pretty good. Hey, listen, one thing that I hope Santa brings me this year is another victory in the parlay department. Look, I had one this year. Was feeling pretty good. Was on my high horse. You know, winnings had me feeling like Daddy Warbucks. And then next thing I know, I'm back on my ass, man. And I'm glad that I'm only spending like $5 on these parlays. See, that's smart thinking. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. I would rather spend $5, have action on a bunch of games and lose than spend like 2 G's on a game and maybe win like a couple $100 because they're like favored to win. It feels better to win off of a $5 Grand Slam than it does anything else. So I don't care. Let's take a look at my picks that will probably lose. I think you pronounce his name Youngway. I don't know. Koo Daddy. Big Daddy Koo. I think he's going to make more than 2 field goals. He's up against the Colts. I think the Colts are going to put up a fight. I think Atlanta can, I think they could push their offense a little bit. I don't know if they're going to get in the end zone every time. 2 field goals. That's what I say. T. Higgins. Obviously, Jamar Chase is out. Where is that volume going? It's probably going to T. Higgins. So 57.5 receiving yards. I'm going over. DK Metcalf. Yeah. I mean, he's kind of a dick, but he's pretty talented. That team is fighting hard. I got DK Metcalf getting a touchdown. Chuba Hubbard, I kind of just threw him in there because he's on my fantasy team. I'm kind of trying to manifest a touchdown, so I threw him in there. I think he's going to get a touchdown. We'll see. He's also pretty dynamic. He could get a rushing or a receiving touchdown, so there's that. Speaking of could get a rushing or receiving touchdown, Deebo fucking Samuel, baby. Let's go. Ooh, also on my fantasy team. Yeah, I think he'll get 60 yards. Deebo likes to shine in the bright lights. So At least I tried. And trying is half the battle. All right, guys. Well, I've got a very special guest. It's not Grant Cohn. He is coming on. But I've got another great friend coming on. His name is Kyle 5000. What's up, buddy? How you feeling? Are you excited about Christmas? We got Grant Cohn coming on. I'm just stoked, man. What's your favorite thing about Christmas? I'm curious, Kyle.
Couldn't get a better guest than Grant Cohn. That dude stinks. And nothing about Christmas is appealing. I'm in here working all day and everyone else is running around throwing twinkly lights on trees and spending all their money. No thanks.
Isn't there just a little bit of Christmas spirit in you? I mean, you're always grumpy, you're always upset. I just want to know, like, is there anything that can make you love Christmas again? Anything in the world?
It's been a long time since I've had a special Christmas. I've spent so many years of my life just grinding away on the schemes and sending receivers to the doghouse that I lost the magic of Christmas along the way. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's important to stop for a moment and be grateful. After all, we did get Christian McCaffrey, and he's the greatest gift of all. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Santa Clara. Oh, come and behold him, born the King of Dagfields. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christian McCaffrey.
Hola, yo soy Nick Bosa. That's Spanish for I'm Nick Bosa. I'm really excited to share our Christmas album called Ye Faithful. It's a one-of-a-kind compilation of all of your favorite holiday hits. Kyle Shanahan singing Jingle Bells, John Lynch singing Silent Night. But this album isn't just for Christmas. Yours truly will be singing a rendition of Dreidel, Dreidel, Dreidel. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. So come all ye faithful, and give yourself the gift of the holidays with Ye Faithful, a 49ers Christmas album.
What the fuck just happened, baby? Woo! Get in the holiday spirit, dude. We got Grant Cohn coming on very soon. I hope you're all excited for that. He's actually in the green room, and I think I'm going to bring him on in 1 second. I'm going to bring him on, first of all, to a special segment. He doesn't even know we're doing this, but he'll like it. It's fun. He's a good sport. And just stoked, man. We've done one show together, but he is definitely a friend of the show, and love or hate him, but he is one of a kind, and he is a true mensch, if I do say so myself. If you've ever had the opportunity to meet him in person, you'd soften your stance a little bit, because he's such a mensch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So without further ado, I mean, hold on. I did get one request that I have to honor in the comments. Let me see if I can find it. It's from another great friend of the show, Ryan Hensley. Here it is. He asked, can you undo one button? I'm going to do it, boy. I'm going to do it. That's for you, dog. That's for you. All right. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Grant Cohn. What's up, dude? Oh, hold on. You're muted. I think that's my fault, though. Hang tight.
A couple of Jews hanging out on Christmas.
Yeah, I feel like, didn't we talk about this? We're both kind of like Jewish. Like, it's like a little mixed bag, at least for me.
It's the good half.
Yeah. This is, my Jew is just pouring out of my face. But yeah, as you can tell, I fuck with Christmas heavy, but shout out.
Where do you think the chest hair comes from?
Dude, of course. Dude, my 23andMe tells the whole story. It's like, listen, pal, Ashkenazi Jew. Yeah. You can wear that Christmas shit all you want, but you're not a goy. You're meant for life. So just
for the record, this is the most Jewish Christmas special football show on the fucking face of the earth, just for the record. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah,
yes,
bro.
sir.
I feel like, I play both sides. You can't
Me
lose.
too.
You know what I mean?
Have to.
Yeah, we're playing.
You know who else played both sides? Jesus. Because you know why? He was Jewish.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Jesus Christ. You know the vibes. Yeah. All right. All right. You know what? I'm gonna just dive into the segment. So you don't even know I'm doing this, but you're a good sport. I think this will be fun. I'm gonna go into some of my favorite looks that you've ever had. This one is like. This one is like. This one is like divorce attorney. This is like divorce attorney who's like losing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like the hair. I feel like your hair is on point now. You looked like you were sweating.
Like
like
my hair there? I think my hair looks nice.
It looks a little sweaty. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a theme of me from like 27 to 32.
You know why?
Sweaty.
It's because you were wearing all those damn suits.
Yeah, I think that's corduroy right there. Good call. I'm really glad that picture's on the internet. Okay, let's keep going.
There's this one. Yeah, I'll let you out the hook soon. Don't worry. This is all in good fun. This one is, the hair is fucking off the chain, dude.
Hey, puberty was fun. Good times.
Was that when this was?
What happened? I couldn't do that anymore. But when I was 16, my hair was banging, dude. I had some. It went from Jew Fro to like, that was beyond. Dude, I was proud of that.
The hair was banging, dude. Hair was banging. This one, fire. You've posted like all these pictures yourself, so I don't feel bad showing them.
Freshman year UCLA, hammered.
Bro, I swear to God, we're in the same era. I had some loud ass shit freshman year of college too.
Yeah.
I had a buddy from New York who was like, "Your style sucks," and I was like, "All right, bro."
Did you see Juicy J wear this in the? Sorry.
Yeah, bro. Come on now.
Like, I bought that on eBay because I saw that one music video, and I take most of my fashion cues from music videos. So I'm just saying that.
Hey, as the best of us do, and then lastly. Clearly, I think the buried lead here is that there's some babes in the corner, but the hat.
Out of respect to them, like they probably have like husbands and kids and stuff. I cut them out because this is about my neck. Look at that neck. Would you look at the neck?
And
the chin strap. I had a chin strap. That's 2007. Back when chin straps were acceptable. Also a fedora to the side. Really, if you saw this person today in person, you'd say, I need to punch this person in the face, especially with that expression. But at the time, this was actually an acceptable way to go about life.
That's true.
2007 was a crazy time.
You could say that about a lot of clothing that we wore back in that day. I swear to God. One of these days I'll put up my own pictures just to have a dose of my own medicine. But nonetheless, we are here to talk football. Grant, thank you for coming on.
Are we? Okay.
No, yeah, we're done with that. All right. Well, first things first. We just trounced the Cardinals. Obviously, a major victory. 49ers.
Okay.
My friends. I don't know if you've met them.
They're wonderful.
Yeah. You've been in their house before.
Yeah.
So obviously a major victory. When we talk about Brock Purdy in his MVP aspirations, 4 touchdowns does not hurt. I think there was also sort of the scare of what life could be like in the Sam Darnold experience. What was your general takeaway from this game?
General takeaway from this game, to be the Grinch, is that the Niners' run defense kind of stinks. They've missed 31 tackles in the last 2 games, and I'm curious to see what happens against the Ravens. Like it's super dope that they beat Arizona again. I think that was a great statement to make. But I want to see what happens against the Ravens, and I think the Niners like have this one weakness, which seems to be their run defense. And Arizona, I don't know if they exploited it because they lost, but they showed it. They rushed for 234. Now you got a better rushing team. I don't know. The other takeaway was that, the Niners are good. They beat Arizona. Brock Purdy's wonderful. Kyle Shanahan's handsome. All those wonderful things. But I'm trying to, my job as quality control is to like be a fetch about things. And so I'm fetching about the run defense this week. I think it's going to be an issue.
Yes,
Dude,
sir.
the Yiddish is flying today.
Yes,
I like it.
It's Christmas.
I like it. Hey, I mean, if you could point to anything in that game that could be of concern, certainly I think you hit it right on the head. Obviously, 45-29, pretty substantive victory, but I mean, the Arizona Cardinals almost did put 30 points on us. So,
Right.
all in all, I feel good about it. Frankly, it's, there's such a big game on the horizon that the Cardinals game almost feels like such an afterthought. But every game matters in the NFL, any given Sunday. I didn't have as much of a concern of that being a trap game because we do appear to have a lot of energy, a lot of motivation. But, the story felt kind of the same on offense. That wasn't where my concern was. And, now we're going up against a real defensive test where not only do we have, obviously Keaton Mitchell's out, but their running game is still pretty powerful, especially when you factor in Lamar Jackson. And quite frankly, mobile QBs have been our kryptonite for quite some time. Do you feel, what? Let's just, before we hop into that, any last thoughts on the Ravens? Any last thoughts on the Cardinals game? Because I want to save our Ravens talk for towards the end of the show, but
I already forgot that game ever happened, man. The Cardinals suck. That's my final thought on the Cardinals.
Love it.
Better
We're
luck
moving
next year. You suck.
I love it, dude. I was hoping that was going to go that way. Okay.
Yeah.
Who is the real MVP? So there's been a lot of conversation. We're focused just on the Niners in this conversation. Brock Purdy, obviously now deep in the conversation for the award. However, a lot of people believe Christian McCaffrey should be the one anointed with the honor. In your opinion, who do you think most deserves the award of MVP?
Tyreek Hill.
I like it. Third answer. Why
Tyreek Hill.
Why Tyreek Hill over CMC?
Because, well, let's say Tyreek Hill could break the record for receiving yards in a season. To me, that's the most impressive accomplishment. Brock Purdy having an excellent season, but not like the greatest season ever for a quarterback. McCaffrey, same thing, not the greatest season ever for a running back. Tyreek Hill might have the greatest season ever for a wide receiver. And the only reason he's not in consideration or more serious consideration for the MVP is because he's a wide receiver, which, frankly, Sourdeath Sam, pisses me off.
Yes, sir.
Because why are wide receivers second-class citizens? How come running backs can get consideration for MVP in 2023, but a wide receiver can't? What kind of fucking country is this, Sam?
Do you think Jerry Rice would have deserved MVP?
The fact that Jerry never won an MVP is a travesty. He should have won one. He's the greatest football player of all time. Joe Montana never won an MVP without Jerry Rice. Same with Steve Young. Freaking Rich Gannon won an MVP playing with Jerry Rice. He should have won at least one. It's time that we get past this second-class citizen status for wide receivers. I won't stand for it.
I like your passion. And actually, it's funny you mention that because I do think that Tyreek Hill is a absolute difference maker. I mean, the Dolphins are, without Tyreek Hill, the Dolphins are just simply not the same.
No.
And to a degree that almost would be concerning if I'm Mike McDaniel, because I got to say, man, this guy, I need this guy. Waddle is a fantastic wide receiver, but Waddle works because everyone is also extremely concerned about the whereabouts of Tyreek Hill. And he is so dominant in so many ways. And you're right. I think there is a strong case to make with regards to Tyreek Hill. He called his shot at the beginning of the season of how many yards he wanted to get. And boy, he's close. He's close.
And what's interesting about him too is, let's say like he gets it in 16 games because he missed one. isn't that even more impressive? Doesn't that make
Yes.
the record even stand out more? It's not like you put an asterisk next to it and be like, well, he played with a 17-game season. No, that was 16 games.
Yeah. No, I mean, let's be clear. I think Tyreek Hill is having a generational season this year. And I would not be surprised if Miami makes it deep into the playoffs because of him, because he is a difference maker. He can take the top off of defense and embarrass cornerbacks like no one I've seen this year. And I think it would be shocking to me if he at least wasn't in the top 5 of consideration.
But he's not going to win it.
I hope he's at least in the top 5
me
of
too.
consideration.
Me too.
I hope he's...
Because I think that would reflect well on us as a society.
Yes.
Yes.
I like your passion for this, dude.
Yes. I'm an activist.
I like it. it. I think with regards to between CMC and Purdy, it's tough because obviously they're both putting up a phenomenal season. Frankly, a lot of 49ers on the offense and defense are. It's why they are leading in Pro Bowl votes for their respective conferences. What I am curious about is when Purdy went out, it felt like more of a crisis than when Christian McCaffrey was potentially not going to be available. And I say that because we have been scheming undrafted free agents into end zones for years. Mm-hmm. And that is not to take away from CMC, because CMC adds a lot of dimension to our run game, specifically because he is a damn good receiver when it all shakes down. But at the end of the day, when Purdy went down, I did not have faith in Sam Darnold. And I don't care.
So this is all a roundabout way of you shitting on Sam Darnold, is what you're saying.
I'm just saying there's probably there's less than 10 quarterbacks in this league that I would not have concern about, like in this offense, compared to Brock Purdy. I think Sam Darnold, bless his heart, I think he could get acclimated and sort of put things in motion, but no, I did not feel a tremendous sense of confidence with him going in. And it truly,
you felt anxiety.
I felt a lot of anxiety, dude.
Yes.
I felt it was the scariest thing watching this happen, because for a second there I thought, okay, this is the season. It happened again. So, I mean, am I wrong?
love that whole thought that maybe he would get better on the Niners, and it was like, no, it's still Sam Darnold.
Oh my God, man. It's scary. It's like, I can't have anything happen to my baby Purdy. I finally feel safe with a quarterback in Shanahan's offense for once. And it's so important to me that he stays in there. So CMC is amazing. If I had to pick one for like 49ers MVP, it would be Brock Purdy. Because
It's got to be Brock. You got to give it to the quarterback. I think giving the MVP award to a running back is kind of silly. It's such a passing league.
Yep.
It's such a passing league. It really has become that. And that's, to me, why I feel like a wide receiver should have more consideration over a running back anyway. And the main reason that McCaffrey gets such consideration for MVP is because of what he does as a receiver, right? So,
correct.
Anyway, it's got to be Brock. And frankly,
go ahead.
I would say it would be Tyreek because he could break a record, but you could also, there's no clear-cut rubric for what it is you're voting for. And you could say, like, well, if we want to remember this season in 20 years, like, do you remember 2023 football? You'd be like, oh yeah, that was the year Brock Purdy went nuts. Like, remember when Brock, it's kind of like in 99. Like, what happened in 99? Oh, it was Kurt Warner year. He came out of nowhere. He was great. The whole team was great, but the whole story was the baggage, the guy who worked at this grocery store who became, it was Kurt Warner. It's the Brock Purdy year. It is the Brock Purdy year.
And in similar easily packaged lore, right? Back then it was former grocery store worker turns into a Super Bowl icon, and now it's Mr. Irrelevant. It's almost even more prepackaged because it's got this slogan on it.
It's just like Hollywood. It's like, oh, that was a hit in 1999. Let's do it in 2023 with special effects.
Totally,
3D.
totally,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm bought in. I think at the end of last year, I said this kid is pretty damn good. At the beginning of this season, I needed to see it again. Like, we had an off season. He obviously a serious injury. Like, I needed to see it, and throwing interceptions in camp. What's going on? And then all of a sudden, the offense looks like it's humming. You look like you want to say something. I want to invite. What?
I need to see it this week, Sam.
100%.
Because, look, he sucked against Cleveland. I love you, Brock. And he sucked against Minnesota at the end. And those were two really good defenses. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. He sucked.
Yeah.
He's a really good quarterback. This is the best defense he's faced. Those AFC North teams are no freaking joke. I want to see him light up Baltimore because he's been a lot better after the bye week.
That's true. That's true. I said on my last show, and I stamp it, this game will decide his MVP prospects.
No doubt.
Because he's, first of all, Lamar and him next to each other. You gotta test drive both these cars at the same time. See how they feel. Does this feel like an MVP car? Does this feel like an MVP car? You know, you've got the luxury running ability, or you've got the luxury processing, timing, orchestra conducting.
Lamar's got like 900 horsepower, and Purdy has
and he is a damn good quarterback too. Let's not sleep on his processing ability either.
Yeah, Lamar's got like a V12.
Yep.
He's got like 900 horsepower. He gets about 18 miles to the gallon, whereas Purdy
less, dude. There's more octane, dude. He's got like 8 miles to the gallon because it's
Purdy's
just like
an electric
octane.
car. You do not spend on gas.
Chevy Bolt, dude, but just like it's just so easy to get around, and you find parking everywhere. Yeah, that's a really I like that. I like that. Yeah. We'll see. I'm really intrigued. So you know what? Why don't we just hop in? 49ers versus Ravens. Up. I got to do this as a ticker, man. Come on, hang tight.
Tickers are way better.
I know, man. Get that shit out of here.
Get that shit out of here.
All right, here we go.
Non-ticking
ass banner. All right. 49ers versus the Ravens. First of all, I said it at the top of the show. I'll say it again. Like this has the potential to be the game of the year all season for every single matchup we've seen all year. We're talking about like heavyweight slugfest of offenses capable of generating a lot of juice and defenses that are really, really strong.
And special teams that are so exciting too. Don't forget special teams.
Yeah, well, we got Deebo Samuel returning kicks now, so we'll see how that goes.
And Mitch Wisnowski becoming more of a weapon than a punter.
Yeah. I'm sure you saw his interview. His interview where he was basically like, yeah, mate, I saw it and I just felt the vibe. So I just sort of ran in and I didn't ask Kyle, who's kind of mad at me, mate, but I just said, hey, I'm going to do this for the Sheilas. And I'm like, whoa, he didn't even ask for permission.
That was excellent.
Thank you. I hope he sees it. Yeah, he just like with no permission, dude. How the balls, dude. But like, that's how you know he's a rugby dog. It's because he's like, well, if I see it, mate, I'm going to take it. And I'm like, all right.
They need to go back to that in the playoffs. I really would be upset if that doesn't come back at some point this season. He needs to be a central figure in this potential championship season. He's like the most interesting player in the team.
I loved his interview. Just him talking about winging it. I was like, good for you, bro. Like that's sick.
I basically thought, what the fuck are they going to do about it?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, man.
Yeah.
Good thing it worked, brother. But yeah, I'll tell you what, I think Keaton Mitchell being out is really helpful. I think
Keaton Mitchell, Mark Andrews.
Yep.
And then who else are you really scared of?
I mean, Odell's kind of cooked, dude.
How many times has he torn his ACL? 7?
I know. 8. I mean, he's talented, but he's just not prime Odell, so I'm not too concerned about him at all. I think the person who scares me is Lamar.
Yeah.
Lamar, he can make things happen with his arm and his legs. He is in his own right MVP potential. He's already won it before. And especially if he gets this team hot at the right time, which so far he has, there's opportunity there for him. So we have a really tough matchup. We have more weapons on offense. Let's be clear. But to sleep on this team, I think, could be a mistake because at any given Sunday, they can rip.
Yeah, say what you want about like their weapons, but correct me if I'm wrong. Kyler Murray, James Conner, Trey McBride, Greg Dortch, and Marquise Brown just put up 29 on the Niners somehow, some way. They put up 29. So you're telling me Lamar and his band of misfits can't put up 31?
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Florio came out, was just nuking Baltimore, just saying, 49ers are going to just ruin their day. And I'm not that bold, man. I'm not that bold. I'm not ready to make
the best defense in the league. How did the Niners look against freaking Cleveland?
Cleveland
beat them up.
They
knocked out Trent Williams, Christian McCaffrey, and Debo from the same game. Cleveland. Baltimore's beating them.
Yeah.
Also lost to them.
I'll say this. I think Cleveland is a pretty damn good defense, but when it comes to Baltimore, that defensive unit, I had, Rich and I were talking on here the other day, and that defensive coordinator is underrated. And he's right. I think there is a lot of bear traps that we can walk into if we are not careful. If Purdy plays mistake-free football, and if McCaffrey does what McCaffrey does best, then I think the levee will break. But then the question becomes, is our defense capable of holding the fort?
Is Armstead going to play?
That's a good question. I think, isn't he trending not to play?
I don't know. He didn't practice today. I'm not asking you.
That was a rhetorical
I'm just
question.
saying, that's the question. It's a rhetorical question. I wasn't asking you to give me the answer.
I wasn't right.
Nice. I don't think the Niners know.
But I did. I thought I did see today that he is trending not to play. But
yeah, he didn't
hopefully
practice today. Hargrave did. So,
but who's coming up though is Kinlaw at the right time.
Yeah, shout out Javon.
Good for him. Good for him, because I saw the interview he did with Eric Armstead, and you can tell the injuries have gotten to him, and it's taken a lot of mental fortitude to get to where he is now. So big shout out to him. He's starting to put together some really good numbers for himself, and I'm wishing him really well on that front. But
me too. He's going to get himself a nice little contract. He's actually putting together a nice contract year right at the buzzer. It's wonderful.
I think so too, and I'm really stoked for him.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to be the matchup to watch in this? In my opinion, it's Steve Wilkes versus Lamar Jackson. I want to see if that secondary is capable of not only. I think our defensive front is going to be fine, but what I'm concerned about is our secondary. I
completely fucking disagree. Sourdeath Sam,
dude.
Don't give me one of these leading questions where you're trying to get me to agree with you. I'm not gonna. I don't play that shit.
Fuck me, man. Fuck me. My bad. Lay on me what you think.
I'm concerned about the Niners front. They don't have Eric Armstead. Kinlaw. It's not just that. It's not about Kinlaw. It's that you got Kinlaw, Hargrave, and who else? T.Y. McGill. What happened in the Arizona game is over time they got tired, and all of a sudden they were giving up long runs to backup running backs. So if the game is close, that's a really good offensive line for Baltimore. Are they going to wear down the Niners interior? And then there's Nick Bosa. No one ever says anything about Nick Bosa, but I have the guts.
Go for it, dude. Go for it.
Nick Bosa. Everyone thinks he's perfect, flawless, can do no wrong. Yeah. A lot of the times mobile quarterbacks scramble against the Niners, it's his fault because he's so eager to sack the dude that he actually opens up those B-gap rushing lanes. And when he talks about how important it is to close those off, it's like, yeah, say it. Speak for yourself, Nicholas. And he was really disciplined against Jalen Hurts. But then I asked him what the key is to stopping Lamar Jackson. And he said it's not playing like that. It's rushing all out and wrapping him up. And I'm like, oh, all right, dude. All right, Nick. Because the thing about, there's certain players on this team that coaches won't say a damn thing to about anything. Christian McCaffrey, he can play as much as he wants. Debo Samuel can jog through as many routes where he's not getting the ball as he wants. And I was going to be like, Debo, would you try maybe a little bit harder? Trent Williams can tip plays. They don't say anything.
Yeah, I mean,
then Nick Bosa.
From what I've heard, here's what I'll say. I'm less concerned about Bosa. I will say that early in the season, it was pretty clear that, I don't know, maybe if there were more reps before the season started, it could have been a better start. But I get it. It's a contract. It was a contract.
No, I just canceled Bosa. He's out. He was gonna be an All-Pro. Not anymore. Canceled.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
Sorry.
Canceled.
Bosa used to be good. Not anymore. Debunked.
How do you feel about the Chase Young edition?
Another guy I'm not that into, Chase Young, honestly. They brought him over from Washington. The book on Chase Young was kind of underperforming. Doesn't really give it his all. Disappointing. But he plays a lot, and the team stinks. So if you bring him to the Niners, he's in a contract year. They're in a Super Bowl chase. Maybe they'll use him more of in a rotation. He's going to play so hard. He's the same exact guy. He's the same exact guy. You don't want him on the field against the run. Cleveland Farrell is clearly a better edge setter and run defender than him. And as a pass rusher, he's a pass rusher. If they bring him back, it'll be on a 1-year deal. And I don't think there'll be much of a I think they'll bring him. I think he's so underwhelming, they'll bring him back. Because who wants him? They traded a 4th-round pick for him, and that's essentially what he's worth.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I'll say.
Other than that, he's great.
His first few games, he was producing.
Yeah.
On the 49ers.
He got tired.
He might be a little sleepy.
I get tired too.
I was sleepy before the show. You went to bed at 7?
Yeah. 7
p.m.
And then I got up at 7, 12 hours, one night. How about that?
Bro, I'm trying to take a cat nap like that so bad. Actually, tomorrow, that's what's going down,
Dude, it
baby.
changes perspective on shit.
What'd you say?
It changes your whole perspective on shit, man. Some sleep like that?
Bro.
Yeah.
I need it, dude. It's been a rough week for work, brother. But you're working all the time, man. I feel like you always got a busy week.
Yeah, you know how I do. But you couldn't tell looking at your taco meat that you're going through it right now. You look like you're really doing great, like you're flourishing.
My taco meat? What does that mean?
What is your taco meat? What are you talking about?
What is my taco meat?
Your wonderful chest hair that's flowing.
Oh.
Showing it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? The taco meat. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I like that taco meat.
You never heard of
that up.
I mean, how have you never heard of that?
I just first time, dude. You're putting me on game. I like
I've
it.
been putting you on game for years.
You have been. Shout out, bro. Shout out.
All right, before we hop on, I got that from Eric Crocker. He'll talk about showing off a little taco meat. Although I don't think he has he has like tattoos. I think he tries to act like he has taco meat, but he's not. Dude, you got to be Ashkenazi Jew to really have some real taco meat. And then if you're like a little Italian and on top of that, then you might have some real problems.
Yeah, bro. Just too much taco meat, dude. It's too much beef.
Too much bolognese. You know what I'm saying?
Final score prediction: 49ers, Ravens.
Man, first instinct, I'm kind of leaning Ravens here, just to be a jerk on Christmas. But I was thinking 24-20 Ravens, but the more I think about it, the more I feel like this might be like a 34-30 Ravens kind of game. Because again, if Arizona put up 29 and the Niners have missed 31 tackles the last 2 weeks, how much are we really counting on their defense to show up? This might be more of an offensive game. And then can the Ravens score 34 against the Niners defense? I mean, can the Niners put how about 34-30 Ravens?
24-21 Jake Moody game winner. 49ers win on Christmas.
It's the Jake Moody game.
The Jake Moody game, dude. We've been waiting on it, man. We've been waiting on this motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
All right. You heard it here. I swear to God, if Jake Moody hits the game winner, it's over, dude. And
MVP. He'll be the MVP.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Kickers deserve love too.
Yes,
Why not?
sir. Yes,
Getting treated like second-class citizens. That's fucking bullshit.
I hate that shit.
Me too, dog. Me too.
I hate that shit.
Well, here's something you'll love. People got questions for you, dude. I asked people earlier today if they had questions for you, and I'm going to pull a few out. Is that all right with you?
Sure.
They're nice questions.
Okay.
I ignore the mean people. And everyone's being nice. First question is, and you kind of already answered this. Where did it go? Well, let's start with this one, actually. Was Sourdeath Sam on Santa's naughty or nice list this year?
Look at that face. That's a naughty face.
I know, especially with all this taco meat.
You don't just show off taco meat in a chain like that if you don't have a real dark side.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm a
You saw that eyebrow he just gave, that one eyebrow? Like, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Should the 49ers, I think you already answered this question, but should the 49ers try and keep Chase Young?
Try as in like there's going to be competition for his services?
Just Try to make
Sure.
an offer they feel is comparable
Yeah, I can
to
offer
its
them
market
whatever.
value. Okay.
$1 million.
Okay. And then
Sorry, Chase. Maybe he'll have a great game this week.
he might.
I haven't noticed him in a month.
It's been a few weeks.
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks, but he came on strong.
Hey, there's always this week.
And then last question for you. What are you getting David Lombardi for Christmas as a Secret Santa?
I got to get him lunch at In-N-Out Burger. It's my turn. Can I tell this? I'm going to tell this. So
Yes.
a few weeks ago, shout out to David. I love David. We were both there on a Friday to cover practice. And we didn't really understand it, but the PR staff will feed the media on Fridays if it's a home game. But if it's an away game, you're on your fucking own. So we realized this at the same time, and we got the hell out of there. We had about an hour to kill. And I'm walking out, and I see David about 50 yards in front of me, and I know he's going to lunch. So I said, David, where are you going? And he said, In-N-Out. And I said, me too, I'll drive you. So me and David, can you imagine, both in the Stinger, I'm driving David to In-N-Out in Santa Clara, and he pays for my lunch. We're both sitting there chopping it up, having a great time. But I have an ulterior motive, okay? I'm not just being a nice guy. I'm buttering him up. I'm creating a rapport, okay? Then we leave, go back to Levi's, and I just subtly say, hey, David, you know what would be really cool if me and you did a show? And he was like, yeah, I'll think about it, which is a West Coast no. That's a West Coast. You know what I'm talking about? Like a West Coast
know
no
exactly
is like, oh, that
what
sounds
you're talking
dope.
about.
That's a no.
Yeah, that sounds
If you ask someone to
dope
do something
for
and they say
sure.
anything other than I'm absolutely coming, it's a West Coast no. So he gave me I'll think about it. Well, I think it would be so fun to do a show just one time, me and him. So I threw it out there. He essentially said no while saying he'd think about it, which I don't think he did. And we went our separate ways. But I owe him a double, fries, and a vanilla shake.
Did you get
David
him
Lombardi.
animal style or just regular?
I don't think he went animal style. I'm an animal style guy. I
Me
like
too.
animal style with chopped chilies. And I learned that from my Indian homies at UCLA that like a little spice on stuff. I learned it.
Whoa. The
Chopped
secret
chilies.
menu goes deeper.
Oh, yeah, man. You need a little
Holy
spice. You need a little
shit,
heat.
dude. My life changed when I discovered animal fries. Like I knew they existed, but I finally had some. But dude, chopped chilies on top. Look at you putting me on game again, bro. Come on now.
Yes, sir.
David, if you're listening, you and me are best friends. We've been best friends for a long time. And I don't care what anyone else says. This is the truth. I want you to do a show, just one with Grant. Because I know that shit is going to be fire. People are going to be tuning in. They're going to be liking. They're going to be subscribing. All the things, baby. They're going to be coming in droves to hear you two talk. And frankly, I think the world needs it.
The world, Craig.
All right. I got one last segment. It's called affirmations.
Oh,
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
I'm really excited for you to do affirmations. I feel like it's a really cathartic exercise.
Thank you.
For those who don't know, affirmations is our opportunity to say kind or encouraging words to the players or coaches who are out there on the field. Grant, I'm going to let you start.
Kyle Shanahan, this is your year, okay? You're essentially known to casual football fans as the guy who blew the 28-3 lead in the one Super Bowl and then the 10-point lead in the next. But that's not going to happen to you this year, Kyle, because you are a different Kyle. You've grown. You've changed. And this year you have the quarterback that you need, and you're going to take it all the way, Kyle. You're going to win the Super Bowl. You're not going to be the reason the Niners fall short this season. You're not going to be the reason they blow it. You're going to do it. I believe in you.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That was a
sir.
great one. Let's see. I'm going to go with, Javon Kinlaw, dude. I see you, dog. It's been a tough road, and you're putting up a season that I know you're proud of, and it took you a long way to get there. But just know that no matter where you end up next year, whether it's home with us, whether it's elsewhere, that you went through the fire and you're putting it on tape, and you should be very fucking proud.
Hell yeah. I love that. Mitch Wishnowski. They don't fucking respect you. You're the star, and they all know it. And what do they ask you to do? Punt. And you can do that. I mean, you got the knuckle punt. You can get people to essentially drop punts on command, and you do it with no ego. You're not a look at me kind of guy until you get a feeling, until you want to wing it. You know what? Trust your instincts. Trust your gut. When you see that lane open up, fucking take it. Okay? You know why? Because this is your season. This is your moment. Seize it.
That was a really good one. You're hitting all the notes. You know, I'm gonna do. You like that? Grant Cohn.
I was wondering who was saying. Sorry.
He's saying
nice.
Sourdeath Sam. Grant Cohn.
I listen to Yoga Nidra at night so I can sleep better.
I'll give you a copy of this.
Just like this.
I'll give you a copy of this. You could
Yes,
see
wonderful.
if your wife notices. I want to give you affirmations. I've been following you for a very long time, since you were at the Santa Rosa Press Democrat, and I've watched you grow from blog to YouTube, and you've got a very polarizing group of people who follow you. But for those who have been in your gravity, who understand your heart, who you are, I'm exceptionally proud of your growth. You're doing things in ways that are very innovative, trailblazing, and I just want to give you my respects for always being cool with me, for sitting down and having conversations about this and that. And you should be very proud. You've got yourself set up really nicely with a career that you've trailblazed on your very own. And to your father, to your family, great love and respect to them as well, because you know, Lowell in his own right, generationally unique and incredible at what he did. So just wanted to give you your flowers while we're here on this Christmas episode /
You're giving me my affirmations? Okay, well, I want to give you your affirmations.
Oh, stop.
Okay, so I've been watching you for a long time. I didn't know who you were, but you started off as just a shit disturber on Twitter. You know, you didn't have your face there, didn't know who the hell you were, but you had like the most wicked, devilish sense of humor in 49ers history, in 49ers Twitter by far. A very rated R sense of humor that's very dry and Jewish, right up my motherfucking alley. And you've been doing it for years. Then you and I went out to dinner at Trader Vic's in Emeryville, get that poo-poo platter and Mai Tai for people who are cultured, know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
And since then, you sort of laid out your vision. You were trying to give it to me. You were saying, well, you should do X, Y, Z. And it was way beyond me because I'm not that actually technically savvy. You, turns out, really are. You had this whole vision. And look at you now. You have this whole show that, frankly, is light years beyond anything anyone else is putting out on YouTube. I couldn't even begin to compete. And where I like just sort of go on and turn it on and shoot from the hip, you are very, very, dialed in and what's the word? Premeditated. This is very, very high production quality with all of your personality, and I can tell you thought about it, executed it well, and got a bright future, sir, for a 25-year-old with taco.
25. I'm rolling with that one, dude. I'm rolling with that one. 25 years old. You heard it here first. Mm-hmm. Brother, I appreciate it. I really do. Again, you've been super generous with your time, both on this show and off the show. So just wanted to give you your flowers. I appreciate it. And thank you very much for the kind words as well.
Who is saying Sourdeath Sam? You?
Me.
Okay.
I just got a reverb on it. And
there's something about your show that is very like South Park. All these different voices and they're you. It just feels like if Trey Parker made a 49ers YouTube channel in 1999, it'd been awful like this. This is wonderful. But we both grew up watching that show.
It's true. It's a very it's cathartic for me to do this shit because it's kind of like because I'm not beholden to anyone. I'm like, fuck it, I'll try it. If it doesn't work, no one's watching anyways. Like I can't get a subscriber to save my life, but I still do it anyways because it's like it's an outlet. It's fun.
It shows people don't know what the fuck they're looking at.
Yeah,
this is wonderful.
There you go.
Yes.
Leave me alone,
Dude. And this is perfect timing. Spa music is about to end.
Can we just point out that your hair looks a little bit like my hair in that one picture? You're just less sweaty.
Brother, you got to understand something. I feel like the reason why I pull those photos of you is because I lived in an exact parallel universe where I was doing the exact same shit. Like minus the fedora. Like I was.
Yeah, the fedora was unacceptable. Even in 2007 standards, people were like, okay, that's obnoxious.
Hey, Jordan wasn't making every shot. Sometimes you miss, but so do I, brother.
You're not allowed to say that.
Dude, I was wearing
being self-deprecating. You're supposed to be like, no, it looked good.
No, well, don't worry. I got my own self-deprecation, dude. I was wearing like Argyle sweaters and like crooked New York Yankees hat. I'm like, first of all, fuck the Yankees. Second of all, Argyle sweater, brother. It was like, dude, it was like Kmart Kanye. It was awful.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, it was brutal, but it's funny. I just see a lot of parallels, and even the hair was like yin and yang, dude. So
you got to show your pictures next. Then I want to see that.
Yeah, hey, that's fair is fair, dude. I'll send some pictures that will humiliate me, but it's okay because engagement. I'll do it right before the Elon payouts come. I'll do it right before the Elon payouts come out, so I can just milk it. All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, as always. 1000%. We will link up again. There's no question. Matter of when, not if. And brother, I just hope you have an amazing rest of the month, an amazing new year. And I hope all your travels to wherever you got to go for this team are real smooth and all the accommodations are real proper. And I hope David fucking Lombardi, my best friend, shows up on your show.
Yeah, baby. Think about it. Come on. I'm a big fan, David. I've always been in your corner. It'd be great. I'm a good host. I've never really attacked anyone on my show.
You are a good host.
Non-confrontational.
No, you're a mensch, all right? And you handle your business. You do so many shows. So just make a little room. And you and I still got to make the podcast.
Do you think he'll do it? I'm not going to ask him twice. I have some pride. I'm not going to. I'd have to ask him twice. And even then, he'd probably be like.
So here's.
Let's start a Twitter campaign. Grassroots.
I mean, you know, I would spearhead it. I just don't know. I don't know if that hurts your case or helps your case. We'll see. I will do it. I just don't want it to hurt your case. But I guess what do you got to lose? Right?
What do I have to lose?
What do you got to lose? All right, fuck it. Yeah, I'll be in your corner. I'll be.
And then when he asks if I have anything to do with it, I'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy's crazy.
Exactly. Yeah. Pretend like you don't know me. You can disown me publicly. I don't give a shit.
It's not like this is like live and recorded and
broadcasted on multiple different channels. Yeah.
I don't know that guy. He's crazy. Yeah. I heard he's Jewish too.
Yeah. And he's got taco meat.
He doesn't even celebrate Christmas.
No, he doesn't. Well, yeah, he just dresses like it. Brother, always great to have you, man. If you haven't already, if you're the one or two people on this show who've never heard of Grant, go follow, subscribe, do your thing. Absolute legend. His shows. Oh,
shout out to Theo that I met today at Berkeley 4th Street. I was doing some Christmas shopping. He goes, "Are you Grant Cohn?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Dude, I watch you every Sunday." And I was like, "Dude, what about the other fucking days, man?" And that was it. Sunday? The fuck?
How often do you get that?
Once a couple months. Not often. But it's always a 24-year-old dude that's too excited. 24 every time.
That's
dude,
cool,
Grant Cohn? I fucking watch you, bro. It's like, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
That's hella funny, dude. Well, next time I see you, you know I'm gonna be excited like a 24-year-old.
Yeah.
Let's grab a drink. Let's grab a poo-poo platter. You know the vibes. Yeah, I'm only 25, so
yeah. Get that poo-poo bladder, baby. We're overdue.
is going down, brother. Appreciate you coming on, man. I'm going to sign everyone off, but go get your 12 hours of sleep, and I'll catch you soon, man.
All right, man.
All right, take care.
Later.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a show. We've had some laughs. We shared some affirmations. That was really nice to be able to do that with Grant. You know, again, I think he invites conversation to the table. Sometimes the conversation can get heated, but he in person has been nothing but wonderful to me. And sure, you know, people will test the waters, and sometimes they test too far. In my opinion, you know, I think he always kind of knows when to roll it back, and I'm grateful for him because he's just been a tremendous person to kick it with, and, you know, great person to bounce ideas off of. But ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you coming in. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe. Helps me believe that what I'm doing is worth doing, even though I'm just going to probably keep doing it as much as I can. But ladies and gentlemen, please have a safe, happy, amazing Christmas, New Year's, anything you celebrate. Just have a good time and go 49ers.